going on countrywide.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people are retiring early.
That's what I'm talking about, is the motion.
Even just like the teachers are leaving, because the culture is just not what it used to be. And they're getting out and either doing something else or just retiring altogether.
I've got people following my officers around with video cameras trying to entice them into making a mistake. That's why all the, I talked to a guy from New Jersey last night screaming at me on the phone, cussing me about some video that he saw, and he was completely wrong, but they don't care. It's like they're crazy. They don't care what the truth is. They don't care. They just want the narrative out.
That's right.
And it's...
Well, your job has shifted from being like a professional football coach to having to be like a college coach.
Yeah.
You got to constantly recruit them, and they're not hanging around very long.
We've got a good group of guys, and we've got a lot of people that do stay.
Well, now they got the portal.
They got loyal officers.
Yeah. They just go in, they don't like it here, they move on to the next one.
Then you got everybody saying defund the police and change it, and I don't, I wouldn't want to be a social worker having to go out to do your job.
No.
That's not what it's supposed to be.
No.
Well, we'll do the same job we've always done because it's a great city to work for.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Amen.
And thank you for that.
We appreciate you guys.
That's the thing you gotta sell. I mean, you gotta be a recruiter. You gotta be a college coach. You can't be a professional coach anymore. You gotta recruit. This is the city you want to be in. This is where you want to, The bigger problem you have that Dallas would have, or Fort Worth has, is the room for advancement. And that's the biggest problem I see with some of these people that I've hired at my work and all this, is they don't want to be down here. I've worked 6 months, I need to be over here. No, you don't.
Well, that if they're single and then after then they get married and start having kids, they have to have more money to support a family. And when they're single, it's easier.
Good job for singles, not necessarily for the big family. All right. What else was on there? We ain't got no property sale, do we, Martha? It sounds like we need some money. Can we sell something?
I don't just, are we supposed to be discussing that?
It was kind of just if we had any questions related to those, so it doesn't sound like we have.
I do have something about the animal control officer, is it King? Is he still in recovery, or?
He is supposed to see his doctor this week.
We shouldn't discuss doctor stuff.
Sorry,
We could
no,
say
but is he still,
there was a time frame you thought he might be back.
Yes.
This week is the next
Okay.
hurdle.
That's another thing that he's also doing, is managing thank you for that, too.
Terrible job on the planet. You love those animals.
Should get some volunteers to do that.
Right.
We really should.
Well, you said you couldn't. I tried to offer that, and you said that we can't get volunteers to do what y'all are doing, but...
We're in a temporary holding facility at this juncture right now.
But because of that, you can't have volunteers, is that what you're saying?
I'm leery about bringing people into a facility that is not specifically designed as an animal control facility. It's designed as a temporary control facility, and I don't want to...
It may be like kids in cages.
I don't want to breach that topic, or that...
Yeah, I got you.
We're assisting him in Public Works.
Yeah, Public Works is helping great.
Awesome.
When was the last time you were there?
At the animal control facility?
Scooping.
He's scooping.
If I
Public Works is there today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You got put under the gun there.
You was ready to answer now. We appreciate you too.
It would have to be in the beginning. That was when I was there scooping. I think we all were cleaning it out, Chief.
Yes, sir.
I just have a question on 14 about water quality. Because out of everything that I've heard about the city of River Oaks, that is the one negative about this town. Everything else is positive. That's the one only negative that I've heard. I live in a small community kind of like y'all. It's called Willow Park out by Aledo. And they had the same issue years ago, and they just invested $10 to $15 million of putting in new equipment and everything like that. And I've noticed, and it could be different, but is the construction on Roberts Cutoff, is that all water quality stuff, or is that
The
just?
roads you see all over the city, that's what that is. We replace like 80% of our water lines, like 80% of, don't hold me to that percentage.
Yeah.
You lie to me all the time, but a large percentage, the majority of our water and sewer lines are new. That's what we've been going through for 2 years. The water treatment plant's had a bunch of work done to it.
Yeah, what, 15 million in total water and sewer, bonds from the Texas Water Development Board.
So yes, there was a time not long ago where it looked.
But the last time we were out of compliance was what quarter of what year?
Oh, Lord, it's been
3 years.
It's been at least 3 years.
We had a superior water rating here for years.
Yeah.
It was awesome, but the population growth has just been tremendous.
So we're not done, but we're definitely, that's kind of an old story. People that are doing that are the ones now complaining about the streets. The streets are torn up because even the good ones got pipe stuff put in it, so that's
Traffic count.
the next step.
I'm gonna have to tell you, I've been here 20-something years, and when I first moved here, I would not even drink the water. I wouldn't even bathe in it if I didn't.
And I grew up on that water,
But
just
yeah,
2,000 down from here.
No way, but now I would, so, yeah. It's come a long way, and I'm sorry.
That's the first thing
I
you
do have to
got to
drink
say,
it now.
superior water. That system is hard, that's a hard rating to get, superior.
Yeah.
I guess I'm weird, because, I've been drinking it my whole life, and I like it, so.
And, I tell you, I didn't think
Part of it,
that.
you live
I've lived all over. I've lived all over.
Locations.
Everywhere you can live in River Oaks, I've lived there. 2 square miles, but I've lived.
And I will say, I do drink the water. I did not for quite a while.
But I do now.
All right. So let's
And
go.
he's the man, you're ready to say something?
At a later date, I can share all the information with you. I'm the Director of Public Works, been doing all the, if you want any questions or anything.
Yep.
That is the beauty of this city. So I don't know, Willow Park is pretty small too, so it may be the same thing, but
It's almost identical.
what I love to tell people about River Oaks, I was born and raised in West Fort Worth, moved to my business here first, and within a year, I had the phone number of everybody on city council and the mayor in my
I still don't know who gave you my phone number.
in my cell phone, and all but one of them would answer it if I called. That's not true, he's been very supportive.
That's a swipe.
A friend of mine was one of the first volunteer firemen in Willow Park when they first formed it. And he would be out there on the hill at Trinity Meadows, watching for tornadoes.
Up out there,
Oh, wow.
My uncle used to own Trinity Meadows, too.
I worked there. But he built they didn't have money for a fire truck, he found some flatbed Ford truck and some tank somewhere and put it all together so they at least had a water truck to put it out there.
Our water source at Lake Worth, they did a major dredging project, what, 3 or 4 years ago?
Yes.
That affected a lot of the clarity, because we get our water from Lake Worth, but before then, it'd been sitting there for 50 years with nothing.
That's true. They started that Casino Beach thing, about 10 years ago, probably.
That's right.
Yeah, so that led to a lot of some of the levels being higher than they'd ever been
The
on.
water, I remember you could stand up in 90% of the lake, you could sit in front of the base, and then they dredged it all out, so the quality's gotten better, so it's
I remember I put somebody in there with a depth finder, and like, I've dove all boats into this, and said
It was a challenge here, ever dredging to keep the water, it really was. I don't know how y'all did it, keeping the water clear.
All right, anything else on 14? Speak now or forever hold your peace. So, item 15 is also something we're going to speak about in executive session. So, we're going to move to item number 16, which is discussion and/or action regarding updates from the city manager advising the mayor and council on personnel, city's fiscal condition, pandemic executive orders, scheduling council work sessions, future needs of the city, and other city manager recommendations.
The biggest thing I have, Gordon and Brian didn't make it, I guess.
No, and he said he would make it to a meeting, but he had something he had to be at tonight. So if you'd like to postpone it to the next meeting, he would come.
Okay, the letter I